Cheer. Welcome to Club Shadinia, episode 200 and... Oh, wait a minute. Give me a second. I have to set up some volumes here and there. All right, listen. Spotify is going at 100% for you. Cool. But what about me? I know it. I knew it. It was lower for me. Live streaming. Listen, live streaming as a one-man operation, you have no idea everything you have to handle. You have to handle the comments. You have to handle the stream itself. Make sure it's going somewhere. You have to handle the camera. Make sure that you're not blurred for the whole show. You have to handle the haters. You have to handle the sound, especially if you have complicated operation, when you have sound coming from Spotify, video coming from here, microphone going here, everything going in the same place, not at the same time. You have to synchronize the whole thing. Listen, as a one-man operation, it is special. I'm telling you. And you have to dress. Damn. Telling you, it is something else. This show, I hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody's good. Everybody's in good spirit. I hope everybody had a great weekend, a great Sunday here in Portugal. It is hot like crazy. We are like literally melting, and so we have a system here. In my neighborhood, Parque das Nações, they had this rule that all the AC was distributed around the neighborhood because it's more green, whatever. But the problem is their system it works when it works. So when they turn it on, it's okay, but sometimes it doesn't really work. It doesn't get as cold as it could when you have your own system. So the system is just run by this company called Clima Espaço, and I guess during the winter they turn it off, or it's just that the pipes become too hot at a point, so they have to start turning it on or whatever. Do something in the underground of your building to turn it on. So I have to call them tomorrow because today we had 30 degrees and no AC. So you have to call them and etc. And I know a lot of my neighbors, because they had this rule that you cannot put your AC system outside, because they want this neighborhood to not have to look like all this neighborhood full of antennas and machines. But most people now, they're finding ways to incorporate it in the plants and whatever, and they're like, you know what, we don't care, because if it's not like you have a great service that works. You want us to use your service that is 70% okay, and buy machines that are like only a certain type of machine, cost us the money, etc., install the whole thing, and to use a service that you even pay when you're not using. So 5 years ago, said to myself, and I was telling my wife, yo, we should just remove that shit. But you know, when I arrived, when I moved to this house 9 years ago, I just moved to Portugal a year before, even less than that, probably 8 months before. I didn't speak well, and I didn't want to. I wanted to follow all the rules. You know, when you just arrive somewhere, you want to be like the best neighbor ever. You don't want to be the only one who doesn't do like everybody else. So I installed, cost me $3,000 or more to buy the machine and install the whole system here. And yeah, after a few years, I was like, yo, I should have done like a bunch of the neighbors that don't care. They just install like regular stuff. And then, but then I was like, oh, you know, I've been here 3 years. Oh, what if I leave in 2 years? And then, you know, every year you say to yourself the same thing because you're like, oh, I'm going to leave soon. And then you don't leave because, you know, then you have a kid, then you have this, then you have that, and you cannot move right now. And you're in this situation where you say to yourself, I'm not going to spend $3,000 to reinstall a whole AC system if I get a new house, let's say in a year, for example. But you know, now I'm really thinking maybe I should just do it, even if it's for one summer. But then this shit will start working in 2 days, and then I'll just be like, listen, next house I'll just install my own system and tell people to fuck off. And I see that most of my neighbors now, what they're doing, they just installing normal AC system that they can control by Wi-Fi and from outside, and that, you know, with an inverter and the terrace and whatever, and nobody cares in reality. You know, it is what it is. This show is brought to you by shadaware.com, the gods of good fortunes. Thanks to all the new subscribers on the channel. I don't even know how many subscribers we had in this month. So the last 30 days. Let me go to YouTube Studio and check the stats a little bit. We have 188,223 new subscribers, 2,003 new subscribers in the last 28 days. Wow, beautiful. 1.1 million views, 51,000 hours watched. Lovely. Look at that. I gotta say that. Yeah, listen, that's good. I don't even know how many views this channel did from the beginning, but it must be some nice number. I'll check it out when I'll do when we go talk a little bit about YouTube. So yeah. So yeah, all the new subscribers, Flor, Vania, Carlos, and many more, welcome here. And I want to acknowledge the stream royalty. Hey, for the month of May. So it's the 9th of May. You can still beat him. Bodhisattva with $31. He's been doing his thing. It's been a very long time that the stream royalty was not Master Electronic. I mean, he used to flex in the beginning. I guess flexing is over. But you know, Sirène des Îles is here. Sirène des Îles and Body are here to save us. You know how we do. Be kind. What up? I like this name. Joel Amen. What's good, dear cousin? I hope you're doing good and you're in good spirit. Hey, Nadia, how are you? You here early, huh? Yeah, tell them. Exactly. Jordan, what up? Ellie's boys, how are you, sister? DJ Alma, what's goody? Happy Mother Day. Listen, as you could see it from the intro, it was me and my mother. So you know, I'm wishing happy Mother's Day to every mother out there. First of all, mine, then the mothers of my two beautiful children, and then every mother out there. And it was funny. I was ranting on Twitter today because I was like, yo, listen, how is it that, why am I seeing my sofa so much? Wait, there you go. Yeah. How is it that the International Day of Women is on the 8th of March, and it's there all around the world? It's the same date, and all these countries cannot sit down and decide once and for all, listen, let's have, listen, I know it's not an important issue, but let's have Mother's Day on the same date in May for everybody. All of us. Let's find a compromise that works for everybody. It's just a date. And let's do the same for Father's Day. The same day for everybody all around the world. We set a date, first weekend of May or in the middle, what, as it works for everybody. You say, okay, April, that date, third Sunday or second Sunday of the month of April is going to be Father's Day all around the world. And then the next month, second Sunday all around the world of the month of May, Mother's Day. That's it. Because for people like me who have, my mom lives in Congo and she's between Congo and Paris, Mother's Day is in 2 weeks. For those who are in America, and so some friends of mine and family members who are in America, Mother's Day is today. But for those of us who live in Portugal or Portuguese speaking countries, Mother's Day was the 1st of May. Yo! Look. So I have to celebrate one of the mothers of my children and my wife last week. Then next week in 2 weeks, I don't know, it's going to be the mother of the first one. And then today's my mom. Yo, it makes no sense. Like, make it just like International Women's Day. You have all these days to fight this. Listen, Mother's Day, Father's Day, those, like, everybody has a dad and a mom. Come on, make it one day that is international for everybody all around the world. This is a no-brainer. I don't understand. Every year I ask myself, because for people who live in just one country their whole life, it don't matter. They celebrate Mother Day in there. Like, if you've been to Portugal your whole life, yeah, listen, Mother Day is 1st of May and you don't care. But if you lived in France, then your calendars are messed up. Now, if you live in France and now you live in Portugal, Mother Day switches from 2 weeks. Now, if I go to the US next year, Mother's Day is like, come on. You people find a way to make it make sense, because it makes no sense to me. It feels like you guys are just playing with us. Like, where's the music thing? Where's the now playing? Shit. Yeah, it really feels like you guys cannot just sit down and, like, you guys can. Where's my thing for my lips? Yeah. You guys can vote sanctions for one country, all of you guys, in 24 hours, and you can vote like, we're not going to use oil, we're not going to do all these things. You can vote that in a second, but you can't decide of a day that's going to be Mother's Day for the whole world. Like, all these years, you need to get your priorities straight. It's just me renting, but I mean, I don't know how you feel. Like maybe you're happy to have all your mothers in the chat are happy to have Mother's Day every week in the month of May, but it makes no sense because if I send a message to my mom today and tell her Happy Mother's Day, she's gonna tell me what you mean. That's in 2 weeks. And if I told her 2 weeks ago on the 1st of May, she would be like, what you mean? It's in the end of the month. But I have to tell it to my wife. So I cannot like celebrate my mom, my wife, and the mother of my firstborn on the same day. I have to think about it. Or if I celebrate them on the 1st of May, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm in Portugal. In Portugal is for everybody. So, hey, Happy Mother's Day. Hey, mom loves you. Hey, wife loves you. Hey, ex-wife loves you. Beautiful. And I send a message to everybody and I celebrate everybody. I post pictures of everybody because I'm in Portugal. So I'm abiding to the laws of Portugal, right? And then 2 weeks later, you have all US Instagram celebrating Mother's Day. So you're like, oh shit, I have to say something, because if you don't say something, people are like, look at this guy, he doesn't love his mom. Oh, look at this guy, he doesn't love his baby mom. Okay, let's celebrate everybody again. And then in the end of the month, everybody's like, oh, bonne fête maman. And everybody's like, oh, regardez-le, il n'aime pas sa mère. And you're like, yo. It's like, listen, Mother's Day, make it one date all around the world. Make it international once and for all. Because if everybody can be celebrating Halloween at the same time, why can't we? Come on. And the other thing is, get it done. Let's forget a daylight saving. Let's just have continuous time. Stop like one day you wake up and you don't have enough sleep or too much sleep. Like all these things. Like it, and when listen, let's talk about standardization. Since I'm at it, take this time to also have one plug for everybody when it comes to phones. I understand it's private companies, but standardize, and also the plugs. And like, instead of trying to force Apple to standardize the outlets, electricity. Have the same electricity for everybody all around the world, and have all these people who drive on the right drive on the left like everybody else. Like, I mean, you know, it everybody go in the meter system. Like, sometimes you feel like some people, they just wanted to do their systems, and even if they lost because everybody is going one way, they don't want to go to the hustle of, making it hard for one generation, but at least for the rest of the world, in the next generation is going to be fine. And after 10 years, everybody will get used to it. And let me stop ranting about it. Because I have an interesting show for you tonight. I want to talk about a few things. And if we have time, I would like to listen to some music, because as you know, I have to go get my daughter to school, so I don't want to be to take too much time. So I'm looking for the right article that I'm looking for. Don't worry, I'll be there soon. This is crazy. All right, found what I was looking for, so I can talk about it. And first, I want to see what you think about it. Yay! Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I totally agree. That's so much easy for all of us international people. Exactly. It feels like people continue to pretend that everybody lives in their silos when they don't. But yeah, what are we gonna do? Big up si vous liez. Telling you, that's crazy. We gotta do too many dates, I'm telling you. It's like we're gonna start. It feels like you're gonna start another war with this standard. Like, listen, me start a war? Never. Charlene, how are you? I hope you're good. Listen, everybody, I hope you also don't forget to be part of my Discord server, where we can have conversation, decide the subject we're going to talk about, and continue the conversation after the chat. It's for those of you who don't use Discord, download that app, and the link is in the description. How to be part of. Let me see if it's in the description. Of course, it's not. Let me add it. Oh damn! Wait, let me add it. YouTube. Club Shada official Discord server. Oh my god, I really have to change my everything. Kaysha, FCR works, Discord server, Patreon, music. There you go. Yeah, link's gonna be in the description. I have to change my automatic links as I go. So I want to talk about something that sad news for the world of what in the US they call the black manosphere, which is kind of without going too much into it, is like, you know, I've been telling you for a long time that after the Me Too movement, and the fact that it was great to give a voice to the women who didn't have a voice, the actress and everybody who had issues with a world where a lot of men could go in unpunished for whatever they do. Hello Dalia. Great show Saturday. Like, there would be at a point, because I believe there's been a lot of abuse, and it's been, of course, more good than bad. But as always, when you give too much power without even doing checks and balances, some people are going to abuse the system, and some people are going to use the system for their own personal revenges. Because once you know that if you say, you pronounce some words, everybody just go crazy, especially the media of today, and they don't try to verify, they don't care, they're just like, listen, you're a victim, we believe you, and there you go. And this brings us to the John Depp versus Amber Heard a defamation process, a trial, and things like that, where you start realizing that the good thing that is the victory of feminism the last 5 years has also, like everything, brought people who are using the system for their advantage, or for their craziness, or for their revenge. And it doesn't mean that the good thing has to be removed. It just means that instead of just believing everybody without thinking, you just have to just say to yourself, what if? And be able to ask yourself the question and verify. because if not, you're going to destroy the advantages for everybody. And something that happened was that it also created, in this polarized world, once something become too powerful on one side, automatically something as powerful will arrive from the other side, and it will create a pushback. And for men in YouTube and in social media, you had what we call the manosphere, where men also gave their point of view, also could, depending on one channel to another, also express themselves about all these subjects, and not just give the narrative to some groups. And out of this could be some interesting people that came out, and somebody that really was considered, hey, Tatiana, how are you? Nice new profile picture. So because of that, somebody who was really like, who just became like the godfather, as they called him, was Kevin Samuels, a YouTuber who was 57 years old, and really like, exploded in the last 2-3 years with his content, and really like made an impact on the life of some people. And of course, like everybody in the world of today, most people only are interested in the snippets, and they want to resume. People want to resume hours and hours and hours of content in that one moment that goes viral, and people will define you with that moment. When, if you have a 2-hour live video that you do 5 times a day, you're gonna have some viral moments. You're gonna have sometimes things that you're gonna say that's gonna make everybody crazy, but the rest of the time you might be giving interesting advice, or tough love to the women, and also tough love to the guys. And that's how he was doing his thing, and that was his signature. I didn't agree with everything the way he did his thing, but he had some interesting points. He infuriated a lot of the black women in the US with some of his positions, but as I always say, it's important that you have multiple voices saying multiple things, and it's also important that when you have one voice saying one thing, you can have a voice that bring contradiction, debate, as long as everybody is respecting themselves, etc., etc. And so he was hated by some, admired by a lot, and I've seen a few of his videos. I've watched a few live, but I was not like I was a subscriber to his channel, but I'm not a fan, or I'm not somebody who was really watching him regularly. But I've listened to a few live. Interestingly, it is actually something that has to do more with the American culture, in my opinion, than our culture here in Europe. But some things were interesting and valid in some of the points. In some of the things, I think he should have let his people talk more, etc., etc. But nevertheless, what is interesting, what is the sad news, is that he passed. He died 2 days ago or 3 days ago from apparently a heart condition, Thursday. And so Kevin Samuels, a polarizing YouTube personality, dies at 57. Styling himself as an image consultant, Mr. Samuel aimed his advice at black men and women, drawing a large following and a chorus of detractors who condemned his view as outdated and cruel. Samuels, a YouTube and Instagram personality whose blunt lifestyle advice aimed to black men and women drew a legion of admiring followers and a chorus of detractors who condemned his views. Well, I saw that. Yeah, he's definitely on a sound by two friends and fellow YouTube personality Dennis Sperling and Melanie King. Mr. Sperling, who is also a lawyer, identified himself as a family spokesman in an Instagram post. The Atlanta police said he was found irresponsible on the floor of his apartment. No cause was cited. And you know, what is crazy to me about his death, like, you know, to me, like, I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't wish death on nobody. I think everybody must live their life until it's their time. And if they go too early, too soon, or young, or for whatever reason, I don't believe that we should celebrate. And what is crazy to me is that a lot of the black women who were, thank you so much, Sirène des Îles. Welcome to the show, and thank you for your support as always. So a lot of the black women, and also of the detractors, but especially a lot of the American black women, are celebrating the death of somebody. Like, so this is where, to me, I'm shocked. Like, listen, a lot of people, I believe that a lot of people, if right now we learn that, I don't know, Trump died, a lot of people are going to celebrate, I guess, the same way. And it's going to be a shock for me as well. Like, what kind of people are you all? Like, what's wrong with the internet? Like, what's wrong with all these people who talk about respecting? They talk about respect. They talk about God all the time. They talk about being excellence, etc. And they celebrate somebody's death because they didn't agree on what he said. And they justify their celebration with, oh, he was doing harm to us with his message. There's a real problem in the world right now with the way people think and the way people compute things. People believe that because they disagree with a comic, they can go on stage and slap him. And everybody is there. Yeah, alopecia, black hair, black. No. Because you open the door to everybody and their feelings, do it whatever because of what they feel. And then one day what's going to happen is that there's going to be a comic on stage, somebody that you love, an actor, and somebody said, I didn't like what you say about X community, and they're going to stab him or shoot him. And now you're going to all be crying, and you're going to have people online celebrating, saying, yeah, he had it coming. What's wrong with all of you? If you disagree with somebody, you disagree with somebody. You can disagree with passion with somebody. But it doesn't mean that you have to start being animals. It doesn't mean that you have to celebrate the death of somebody who had a mother, who had a father, who had children, maybe an ex-wife, girlfriend, whatever. Like, what's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with the internet? What's wrong with everybody? Everybody is here acting like if it's normal to be happy that somebody is dead. Like, if someone is saying things that you don't like about women and you find him as a misogyne, you whatever you feel, it can trigger you, etc. But it's just opinions, and those opinions are here to. There's an audience of people who they need that, and they intelligent enough to take what they need from that or not, and you are intelligent enough to find people who believe the things that go with you. But we are in a world now where anytime somebody has a different opinion and you hate that opinion, you hate the people. You hate the people, and you come with the same bullshit excuse of, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's harming us. People are killing us. Like, stop. Stop, because at a point, you are not helping whatever cause you are for. Whatever it is, that's not how you help people. That's not, like, for me, somebody who's talking about protection, talking about respect, talking about our group is in danger, and that same person is celebrating the death of somebody, are in a complete contradiction. You cannot talk about danger and being scared, and when somebody dies, you are happy. Like, there's an immaturity, and there's a manichaeism in the way people think nowadays, where it's black or it's white. Either you're on my side or either you're my enemy. And this is helping nobody, because the real world is black and white, and it's millions of shades of gray. The real world is in the gray area. Most people are a little bit this and a little bit of that. Most people are like, and this is crazy. This is crazy. And listen, when I learned he was dead, it was like probably 2 hours later after his death, and I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, like, it's like when somebody just made it, he really made it. He find his lane and he's doing something, and he had a lot of women who were fans as well. He had a lot of couples that he helped. He had some people that actually he helped with his consulting. Other people didn't like the language. Listen, as I always say, it's the same for music. If you don't like something, you don't listen to it. You have all the spectrums of opinions that you can find online and in the books and on TV. You go find what is interesting to you, and from time to time you listen to what is said on the other side, so you can form your own opinions. But because people they're not putting the same importance as they used to put in religion, they are kind of putting everything on strangers. They're putting everything on strangers, people that they don't know, who say something that they like, and all of a sudden, this is the new gospel. This replaced the Bible, and they just follow blindly. And if somebody attacks Cardi B that you love, you go crazy, or Nicki Minaj that you love, you are ready to go with another 100,000 people on their Twitter and do some cyberbullying. Like, what's wrong with everybody? Like, all these people don't know you. All these people, celebrities, gurus, all these people are just people who are giving you opinions, and you are not white papers. You have your own opinions, and you have your own experience of life, and what you're supposed to do is take what is interesting in the languages, in the conversations, find what works for you and apply it to your life and see if it works. And if it doesn't, apply something else. But it feels like everybody needs to be religious about everything, in the point where they are celebrating somebody else's death. And this is crazy. This is crazy because the world has become violent. Like it's supposed to be a world of, like people live longer, people live safer in most of the Occidental countries. People have access to all the information in the world. People have access to their voice being heard on social media. And instead of all of us becoming more intelligent and more informed as a collective, we are becoming dumb and dumber. People are here fighting for or against Johnny Depp, or for Amber Heard, or for Kanye, or for Kim, or for Jada, or for Will, and they are insulting each other about it. And those people don't even know you exist. And they don't care. And they're gonna stay rich. And you hear like putting stress in your body for opinions. Do you know that stress kills way more than a bunch of other things? Stress kills like sugar. Like, come on. Learn to take a step back. Learn to breathe a little bit when it comes to opinions. And it's okay to disagree with people. It's not because you disagree with somebody that first you have to insult them, first you have to hate them, or first you have to feel something like in your body. If you feel, when you see somebody's opinion, if you feel anger coming, it means there's a problem. Listen, sometimes I'm going to watch a YouTube video, I'm going to watch the comments, and I'm going to start feeling a way. And what I'm going to say to myself is, why am I feeling this? And I'm going to go down, and I'm not going to reply to nobody. And I'm just going to be like, because I avoid stress, I avoid the dopamine hit. The problem is everybody is on those drugs that is created by our bodies. The dopamine, you feel something, this adrenaline. Some people are hooked on the adrenaline of hating other people because they use this car, they use a Mercedes, and you are a Audi person, or you are a BMW person, or you are a Lexus person. You are German cars, not French cars, no, Ford. And then people are flaming each other, doing wars on things. And if you give your opinion, people will come with anger first. And me, I'm like, what's wrong with all these people? What's wrong with all these people? It's just a phone. It's just a car. It's just an object, or it's just an opinion. If your opinion is not the popular opinion, and don't come with excuses that others people's opinions are killing you. Of course, you always have to take it with a grain of salt. Some opinions are dangerous, but you cannot do as if every opinion that is not your opinion is dangerous. It doesn't work. It doesn't serve the purpose that you are trying to make it. It doesn't. And if you are here pretending that you are a victim, but then somebody dies and you find it normal to celebrate their death, then you are no better than them. And for me, I cannot be your ally. I can't. Whoever you are. Tomorrow, somebody happens to Trump and I see everybody rejoicing, I'm going to tell the same thing. I'm going to be like, yo, he is still a human being who has mother, father, if they're still here, probably not, maybe, I don't know, kids, grandkids, family, cousins, and friends. And when you are here celebrating, you don't think about the pain of other people. And you don't even ask yourself, what if it was me? What if I had a cardiac arrest? And let's say let's say I just got in a better position in life, whatever. I can finally do something for my kids with my message, whatever. I have people that enjoy. I'm helping people and others. I don't, whatever. And then you die like that morning. And people on Twitter saying, ha, hey, welcome to hell. Ah. Just because they didn't agree with your opinion? There's something wrong with all of you. That's all I have to say. There's something really wrong with everybody that is completely on thinking that whatever you're trying to protect, whoever group you're trying to protect, the blacks, the LGBT, the women, the black women, the women with hair, those with no hair, those who should stop doing this, those with curly hair, those with who put choco on their skin, the Uyghurs, like whoever you are protecting, don't contradict yourself. If you are somebody who's protecting life, you cannot celebrate somebody's losing their life. Be better. Be better. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, fuck you all. People are making horrible comment about him. I didn't agree with many of the things he said, but still, people are terrible. They are. This is crazy. Mr. ZL, what up? I have to put our photos. Oh, I put it already, an intro. Where's Lil Mauro? I forgot. I didn't see Lil Mauro saying, hey, Lil Mauro, what up, brother? Michelle, what up, brother? Sometimes in Africa, they yell at someone else and do the same thing. Yeah. Contradictions. People's contradiction are, we are losing humanity and we are becoming very shameless. That is true. MJ, what up, brother? Oh, listen, we have a hot topic. Yeah, it's hot. It comes out hot. It comes warm. Malcolm visits. What's goody? People are too emotional nowadays and they don't want to think anymore. They're just jumping with their first emotional. That's true. That's so true. There's a saying that says that people are intelligent, but the crowd is dumb. That's so true. Oh, get better, la milliardaire. Prends soin de toi. Prends beaucoup de thé au gingembre. Thanks, bro. Thanks, cousin. Listen, it's anyway. Another thing I want to talk about. Wait, where's my list of subject? Hey, happy Mother's Day to you, Emmanuel. Your daughter looks like your sister. That's because you look so young. She even look like you are. Like it feels like sometimes I look at your photos, I'm like, oh, these feels like you have 2 years different. That's beautiful. Actually, everybody in the chat, men and women, put some flowers for the men and the women. And sorry, put some flowers for the mothers. Everybody, put some flowers in the chat. It's important. Happy Mother's Day. number 2 for me. I guess in English, Happy Mother in English. In French, it's in 2 weeks. In Portuguese was 2 weeks ago or 9 days ago. But give me some flowers. Let me put the flowers. Wait. It's the emoji keyboard. Flower. I'm gonna put flowers. Boom. There you go. Where's my flower? There it is. So, before we get to the main topic of today and we see if we have time to listen to some music, I want to talk to you about my brand new NFT drop that is going to be on the same platform as the one before, which was crypto.com. And there we are on the main page, and there it is. Cyberfam is the name of my brand new drop, and it's a new collection. So for now, they don't have much information. I asked them to add a lot of it, but I guess they're waiting for a little bit before the drop to change, to add some information, because there's a lot of redeemables, etc. And so I'm gonna show you a little bit of the art that I'm preparing. So ever since, like, I created 131 artworks on crypto.com. It's really the platform where I'm having a lot of people buy my art, and it's been going well. And hopefully Wednesday is going to be another day where, things go well. So that drop I'm doing, where is it? There it is. Again, a curated drop, meaning that crypto.com are pushing it on the front line, and of course we are doing a revenue share, but you are viewed by the millions of people who have NFT accounts. So I hope it's gonna be as great as the first one. We'll see. I'm wondering what I'm gonna use to show you some art. I'm gonna use my photo app. Let me just prepare everything before I show you. Let me go to my NFT gallery and add the works in there so you can see a little bit. I'm gonna start revealing the artworks I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit of what I'm gonna. I told you my roadmap already, but so there's gonna be 17. So I'm not gonna show you everything, but it's gonna be 17 brand new artworks. I'm gonna show you 4 of them. Yeah, 4 is a good word. 4 is a good number. So out of the 17 artworks, you're gonna have, where am I? Oh, here. Okay. Interesting. Do I see the earth? Give me a second. Let me understand something. Transition on. All right, no problem. It's me. Cool. Sounds great. So, there you go. There you go. So this is one of the first artwork. Forgot the name. So I on this collection, I'm celebrating women in the cyberspace, because the cyberspace, crypto space is really there's a lot of men, crypto, etc., and there's also a lot of amazing women doing great work, not only artists but also programmers and etc. And I wanted to also celebrate them, so I created that collection that is Cyberfemme, which is mean cyber woman in French. And it's a collection of women in the cyberspace viewed in my art style. With they look like androids and stuff. And so this is one of the works. Here's another one. I'm kind of happy about my different artworks. Here's another one. Oh, I love this one. This one is a one-on-one, so it means that only one person will get it. Some of them are 5 editions. Some of them are up to 25 edition, meaning that 25 person can buy the same one. And there's 5 of them who are just 1 edition. And this is one of the one-on-ones. And here's another one. This one is called Almost Human. And yeah, I'm not gonna show you everything, because of course I'm gonna wait for the drop to be done, so that I can show and reveal everything. Or maybe on the day of the drop, I'll probably show a little more on Instagram, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, if you follow me there. But what I'm trying to do on the NFT space is where everybody is doing is trying to make a lot of money by doing all these big 10,000 element collections. I'm also trying to be on the NFT one-on-one art, which is really art. So as you see, and at the same time, I'm trying to find the middle ground, just like I did with music, a little bit of commerce and a little bit of art. Sometimes you do a song that's not gonna work, but it's gonna be artistic and make you enjoy the artistic side. And then from time to time, you're also gonna make something to make money, so you can pay for your rent and also pay for the artistic side. So I'm always trying to find the middle ground. So I'm trying to, at the same time, create a gallery of nice artwork for people who really want to collect art. And at the same time, I'm also having a collection called, so let's go to my NFTs. I'm also having these 2 collections. So you're gonna have art that pops. It's gonna be my really, this is really my art. So all this is the art that I'm selling. I did this, for example, to stand with Ukraine, and for example, this one I sold it for $300, for example, $300. It's called El Chaos. There's gonna be 2 versions of this one in the drop. So this is my collection called Art That Pops, right? Really, as you can see, my very chaotic art that I just, and this has a very Basquiat-esque inspiration. I think I sold it for $500. I'm not sure. Less? Oh, yeah, $500. And now I'm doing another collection, which is, so the first one was the sleeve, and on the sleeves I have a lot of new ones that I'm adding, and I'm gonna add another 3 maybe tomorrow. And you have the original ones, that I did. And so all of them had 15 editions, right? So 15 people can buy each of them. So in total, there's 180 plus another probably 20 or something. All of these people are going to receive another one for free from the collection that I'm doing. I'm going to do a collection of 1,000 of this one, and then another 1,000, and then another 2,000, and then 4,000 to arrive to 8,000 generated plus hand drawn. It's gonna take a whole, but I'm not gonna try to do like everybody has been doing, which is doing a whole collection of X amount and trying to sell everything. No, I'm gonna airdrop them one to one. I'm not gonna sell them. I'm just gonna give it to everybody who bought the other art. I'm gonna give it to them for free. They will receive in their wallets, their digital wallets, and slowly I'm gonna build a collection that way. So that's gonna be the sleeves. Art that work are going to be art that I'm going to be do one-on-ones for sale, and then the androids is going to be my collection where I'm going to sell 10,000. So I'm going 3 strategies at the same time, just to serve 3 different demographics. Some people, they just here to flip. Some people, they want to collect art. Some people are in the middle, and some people are looking for utility. I'm going to try to slowly serve everybody as much as I can, as I'm a one-man operation. So for the drop of Wednesday, so that's in 3 days. For the drop, I'm gonna have 17 artworks. 5 of them are gonna be unique, which means that there's only 1 edition. I think 3 of them are going to be 5 editions. Another 3 or 4 are going to be 10 edition. And then you're going to have some 15, some 20, and some 25. So it's going to be surprise packs, meaning that you just buy one and you can open it only after. The people who already own one of my artworks will have early access. They're going to have they're going to have the possibility to buy them 1 hour before everybody, and then after that, so Wednesday probably in the afternoon for me, at 2 p.m. I guess, or 1 p.m. I'm not sure. Then it's going to be open to everybody. But the people who already own one of my work, they have it in their wallet. You just log into crypto.com with your wallet, and you can buy 1 pack for $250, and then you can reveal what it is, and then you can resell it. You can resell it for the same price or more or less, up to you. It's up to you. And at the end of the drop, if you own one of the 17 artworks, 6 people will receive another exclusive artworks. 6 different artworks are going to be distributed from one of the 175 people who, if it's a sold out and we sell everything, there's going to be 175 art sold, and out of these, 6 people will receive another art for free of 6 different artworks that come from my next collection that is be called The King. And it's going to be a few of those and a few of different from my collection art that pops that are going to be received. And after that, once all this is done, probably in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm not sure, depending on how much time it takes to ingest, everybody who own a copy of my art on crypto.com, so I think it's around 500 artworks that have been sold already, everybody will receive 1 free of my collection, the sleeve. So the sleeves is this collection, and so those ones have been done by hand, but a lot of them are going to be the base for the generative ones, meaning that I'm able to create 500 of these with a program that I've been using that is amazing, that I'll talk about in maybe in a video about NFTs. So it's very exciting. Something that I love is seeing how my style is evolving by itself. If you see, for example, this sleeve that I used to do, so this is what I was doing like 6 months ago, and you see I did a new version of this one that I offered to one random people who own one of these. Now the same one looks like this, and I can see that my whole style is just evolving by itself, and I love it. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I love actually working with crypto.com, and I hope I'm gonna have a few more successful drops with them. And if you are not into NFTs yet, I really urge you to go to view as public. There you go. I urge you to go here. This is the link. Create yourself a wallet if you want to own one of my artworks and you want to see me expand my art to a different level. Go and go to crypto.com/NFT and cop one. Just get an art. You never know. Some of these artworks, you can buy them for 100 and something today, but this is in the artwork. You never know. They might be worth 50,000 in a year or two. So it's an investment. Art is an investment, or it's just for the pleasure of owning it and displaying it in your TV and saying, "Hey, I own a Kaysha," just like MJ bought one, and whoever wants to get into the NFT. The beautiful thing about crypto.com is that it's a platform when you don't need to have crypto to buy NFT. You can buy directly with a credit card in dollars. So this, and then after that, you can get in slowly. And there's a lot of interesting collections. There's a really nice marketplace of artworks that you can buy for all type of prices and all type of styles. For example, these cost $10,000, and these cost $200. So there's a lot of very nice artists that are in there, and you're gonna find what you like. I've been myself actually collecting some NFTs myself. So those are things that I own, that I bought, and that I'm either keeping or selling. So I have a few different collections. I have a lion that I bought for 3,000 and something. I don't remember how much. I have this one. I have a Psycho Kitty. I have a Psycho Molly. I have two Mad Hairs. I have a Alpha Bot, plus my own stuff. So I'm not just I bought this yesterday with something that somebody bought one of my art for 200, and with the money I bought this mushroom. I got a Bali's. I forgot that I got one. There you go. So I should go to the Discord. And I'm supporting like small Thailand artists like the Cucumbers. I'm trying to use my money to also support other artists in the space. So yeah, listen, this is a custom one that I bought to a Thai artist from the Swag Boy Gang collection, and I think I bought it for $50 or a little more. I forgot, and he did a Bantu Royalty one special for me from this collection. So it's I think it's very interesting to maybe if you guys want, we can do a video in another time and dive into the world of NFT. That could be cool as well. So tell me what you think about the drop, about the upcoming drop Wednesday. Are you gonna be there? Are you gonna come buy something, or you're still not ready to go into that place? But do you like the work, etc., etc.? Yeah, let me know. Put some rainbows in the chat if you like it. You love the colors. A lot of people tell me they love the colors. That's the main thing people tell me. Thank you. I love this one, Almost Human. Yeah, I like it too. Did you draw your wife first for inspiration? Not at all. Not yet. I didn't do, but actually somebody did a drawing of my wife, actually a full painting of my wife, and he offered it to us. So we didn't put it on the wall yet, but let me show you. It's crazy, mad talented. Like, the artist is super talented, and but the art is so big. I have to go and show it to you. Wait. Look at that. This is big. Isn't that amazing? I can't wait for us to move to a new house so we can put this in the living room. But I was thinking maybe we're gonna put it here. But because of the kids, the kids love to jump here. Like, I think I'm gonna put it on top of the AC, which is probably a better place for it. But this is a massive artwork. I think it's a 2 meter and 1 meter of it's a huge piece, and it's beautiful too. And apparently he does it on a spray paint. He explained to me, he sent me a message on Instagram when he wanted to surprise her, the artist, and he's been actually doing some smaller versions on glass, and they're selling like crazy. So he got inspired by a photo of my wife on Instagram, and he told me like to thank her for letting him use the photo and selling a lot of pieces with her face. He really wanted to offer her this huge piece, so we're gonna put it in the living room. I'm still thinking. So either we put it here on top of the sofa, but with the kids it's complicated, or we could put it there near the TV, but that's strange. But I'm thinking of putting it, wait a minute, there. Oh, you cannot see. I'm thinking of putting it there, not far from the entrance of the apartment. You see here on the right, that's where I think of putting it. So we'll see. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna think about it when I have somebody come and do some housework. I need to repair one of my doors and a few things in the house, and I'm gonna also ask him to place it, because I'm really not a manual type of person. So beautiful artwork. I have to find the Instagram of the artist. I don't really know right now. It's in the back. There's a signature, but it's too big for me to go back and go check. But listen, it's a beautiful piece that we received. So listen, I have a friend actually. His wife is opening an art gallery not far from my house, and they are my neighbors. So I will make sure to show them this art, because maybe we could do some synergies. Yeah, it is beautiful. And he inspired himself from a picture one of her pictures, but I don't know which one. But yeah, I mean, I know which one. She has so many pictures that. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, she is here. Nice. Let me see. I don't know. No, I don't know which one. I don't know if I'm gonna find. I really love this picture of us. It's a cool one. She really has one of these photos that became iconic, and that's the one that a lot of people are actually using. I like this one too. That's Congo 3 years ago, I think. Asha was really a baby. She was like, I don't know, a few months. And so let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna find it because she's been editing a lot of her photos. She's removing a lot of things from her Instagram. So yeah, no, I don't think it's here. I don't know what's the name of the artist. Yeah, no, it's not there. I like this one with her grandma. Yeah, well, listen. Our sponsor from last episode 200 really loved the pictures as well. Finally posted the sponsored pictures on my Instagram as well. I did the line of 3. And they're really happy. I'm actually receiving some people. Even my mom called me to ask me about the champagne. Is it good? My aunt asked me as well. A few friends have been asking me. So that's great. I mean, listen, if I can bring them some good business, it can only be great. You know, a lot of people also in Congo are interested in tasting. So, you know, hopefully they open something out there and we can work. My good friend Bonnie, who's gonna be one of our guests, sent me some old photos of us from back in the days. Look at me in the studio with a phone with a wire. You invented selfie, I remember. That's true. I was doing selfies long time ago with real cameras. This is probably, I don't know, 99, 98, I'm not sure. But that's before I had those. I can see, so that's a long time because I had those for more than 20 years. So who knows? You know how it is. Happy Sunday, Urban Sweet Spot, and happy Mother Day to yours. Whoever around you, or maybe you, who knows. So let's talk about. You're never gonna have time. I'm gonna have to do a whole live just about the music. I mean, we'll see. Maybe we are still in shape and we listen to some music at the end, but because I'm not gonna take a lot of time talking about this, but there's been outrage on Instagram about the infamous Dubai portapotty. So first of all, you have to understand what is ma chère. L'homme a évolué. Calme. So, everybody's talking about the Dubai porta potty. So, what is a porta potty, first of all? A porta potty is this site is horrible. Let me find another one. You know what a potty is? It's just a portable toilet, right? And all of a sudden, everybody just decided to talk about a lot of the influencers that go from Africa and other places. Oh my God. People from all around the world who go to Dubai to get shitted on, pissed on, and to prostitute themselves. And there's a lot of things in it. There's a lot of things that are getting mixed in the whole thing, from the lack of respect for women, from the lack of respect for black women, from the lack of respect from people in general, and also the fact that people are just selling their bodies and accepting to do all kind of things for money. This thing is, anyway, people accepting to do all kind of things for money, and the whole world is in shock. And I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion, but I don't know why. Like, I don't know why everybody is waking up to all this now. Like, and I don't know why everybody is waking up to this because it happens in Dubai when it happens all around the world. It's been happening all around the world forever. I'm not talking about prostitution. I'm talking about all the zoophilia, all the scatophilia, all like pissing and shitting on people, and some people enjoy it. The recipients and there's a lot of things like so years ago. Let me listen. Let me tell you stories, because I guess it's the internet that is making things, that is blowing things and putting a finger on things, because people are recruiting now using the ways of today, which is TikTok and etc. But I'm going to tell you 3 stories, small stories. The first one was a guy. We used to go to a club in Paris back in the early 2000s called the Man Ray. And this was really a party where everybody was. All the nice girls, all the nice guys, right? And then I knew a guy because he was like he was related to the mother of my son. Cool guy. And one day I realized, a friend of mine tells me that this guy made a girl, a friend of mine, beautiful girl from the islands, and she was a little vexed. I was like, what's going on? So, like, I'm frustrated. I was like, what's going on? What happened? I said, such and such did me a proposal. And I was like, yeah, what proposal? And he was like, there's a certain son of a president in one country in Africa, and that they would love to take me to go there. And all I have to know is there's going to be coke, and I might get pissed on. And of course, she was angry at the idea that, and the guy was like, "Oh, don't worry. Like, if you go, you get 5,000 right now. So you can leave the club now. I'll give you 5,000. You go to your house. You take your passport and some clothing. Take a shower. And at 9 a.m., we have a private jet. We're gonna take you and 3, 4, 5 girls that he's been recruiting in the party, and everybody go. It's Friday morning, or yeah, the party was on Thursday. It's Friday morning. You all arrive there in that country that I cannot name, of course. You all arrive there in this country. You're gonna be in a yacht. You're gonna be in a beautiful suite. You're gonna be, it's gonna be the good life, and there's gonna be a boat. There's gonna be etc. And all you have to do is make love with somebody, and all these people are gonna be on drug, and maybe might pee on you. But it's 5K. And I was like, oh my God, like, did they really propose this to you? Damn. And she was really shocked. And she was like, what? Like, who do they think I am? Da, 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 da. And I was like, but did they propose this to other girls? And then, so I talked about it to my friend who was doing this party. And he was like, oh yeah, he's been doing this for a long time, actually. Such and 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 such. They already went on a weekend out there. I was like, oh, what? To get peed on? And they're like, well, you take a shower after. Some people do worse in here or in Germany. And I was like, what? And the shock to me was not, because listen, I've known about prostitution as long as I've been a teenager, right? I've known about it, even if it's not something that I'm not a client of those things. I never had to beg for this. I've always been like successful. So, but listen, I've never been into it. I don't judge people. I have some friends who are prostitutes. I have some friends who are strippers. I have some of my good friends who are porn actresses. We have one here in Club Shada that we love. Like, I don't have a problem. I don't judge people for what they do. But I was kind of shocked that in a club, people would be proposed stuff, recruited directly in the club, and some people would accept because, hey, listen, 5 months of rent in a weekend, that's a problem, right? And I've seen in the last 20 years, the frontier between what we call in French michetonnage, which is girls who like guys with money, and prostitution. There's been a blur between which one is what. Slowly, it used to be very clear. You're an escort, you're a prostitute in the street, in the red light districts, or somebody that private clients, etc. It was something that was clear. And then you had, girls who like guys with money, football players, this, that, and then it started blurring. And then you had MySpace, then you had Facebook, then you had Instagram, and now TikTok. And it got easier and easier and easier for all these people to recruit, because all you need to do is send a direct message now. It's not even like back in the days. And what shocked me was the fact that a lot of girls that I know, that are some very beautiful girls, that they were like, why not? Private jet, do some nice photos, and go for whoever, son of whoever president, or Who cares? They go, they come back Monday, back to work. 5 months of rent paid. That's, some people don't care, especially if they're already like out and about. Some people, they're like, yeah, why not? And to me, I was like, but, and that's when, to me, 20 years ago, I started seeing the fact that people were not as scared to, where's the chat? The chat stopped talking. Everybody's scared to say something. I know you're listening to me. Somebody kind of, people stop getting scared of the opinions of the world. Back when I grew up, the generation of my parents, everybody was scared about what other people would say. My generation, it was a little less. And actually, I have 3 more stories. I knew a friend back in the days who was, we had this club called Les Bandouches, where David Guetta was the owner of the club, or the director of the club. And we used to always go there, all of us. And I knew a guy who was always there. And one day we were with his girlfriend and we were supposed to go in a party. And he told us, yeah, wait for me, or I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in the party. Go with my girl. You guys go ahead. I forgot something and I'm going to change clothes, whatever. So no problem. We all go, and then the girlfriend, in the middle of us going to the other party, the after party, she says, oh shit, I forgot something super important at the house. It's just there. It's not even a detour. Please, let's stop there. I need to get something. All right. So we like, oh, come on. Are you going to be fast? And she's like, yeah, don't worry. We're going to be fast. All right. So I think because we were going to a hip hop after party, she wanted to remove her heels and put some sneakers, whatever. And she wanted to take her credit card or something. I don't remember. Long time ago. But then she took a little more time than we thought. So at a point, we tired of waiting. So we go up. And when we go up, she was in front of the door, shocked, with her mouth open and teary eyes, not understanding what happened. And when she got there, she realized that she found her boyfriend not with another girl, but a guy, an old guy. He actually was paying his rent this way, prostituting himself with old gay guys. And yeah, she just came in, found him. And then we came in and we found them. And we were like, yo. And that's when I was like, oh, wait. The world is special. Like, we had gay friends. This is not the problem. I always had gay friends my whole life. Gay family members, gay friends. This is not the problem. The problem is when your good friend has a guy and she find the guy prostituting himself with some old photographer guy. And you're like, yo. And the guy didn't say nothing because, yeah, he got busted. All he did was disappear. We just never heard about him after that until today. It's been 20 years. Story number 3. I had a friend. It was a cousin of one of my friends. So I know these 2 girls. And one of the girls I'm telling you, quelle découverte. One of the girls, one of the girls, she meets in the party where we were all together. She meets a guy. Blah, 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 da, 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 da. And listen, it's a girl. All her life, she's been with poor guys. Like, she was about love. She was like, she been with guys that didn't have money. She never cared. She has her work. No problem. But she's always been with guys who take her to McDonald's, don't take her to restaurants, blah, 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 blah. And it was not a problem for her. She was still young, etc., right? And I was friends with her cousin, actually. And both Africans. And one day, so in a party, and she meets these guys. She starts talking to this guy. So me, when I'm with women in the club, and we came together, I always make sure that me or one of my friends is making sure that they fine and nothing is wrong with them. So even if they're talking to a guy, I will always come and say, is everything all right? If she wants to go with the guy, all these things, I will make sure that we know where she goes, etc. Because, like, I'd rather have the information than be sorry one day. So that's the way I've always been with my friends. I'm very protective, and we always make sure that nobody put anything in their drinks, etc. All these things we are careful of these things because there's some evil people out there. But she's talking with this guy. I have no idea who he was. My friend seemed to have no problem. She was there talking with the guy. At a point, she tells us that, she's gonna go with the guy. They're making out, blah, 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 blah. They're saying that she's bouncing with the guy. So we're like, are you sure? Da, 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 da. Do you have your cousin's number? Da, 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 da. She tells her cousin, don't worry, I'm going to put my location on so you can see where I am. Da, 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 all these things. Okay, cool. So, she goes there, and they do. I don't know what they did when they went there, but apparently she sends a message to her cousin saying, "Oh, he's a football player. He lives in another city in France, and my friend see the name. She goes and she looks. Listen, I didn't know you could do that, but apparently, my friend was." She knew about those things. She just went. She was like, "Oh, he plays in this city. That's his thing. That's his salary." I was like, "How you know all that?" And she was like, "This website." Okay. Oh, she was like, "Oh, she had a good one." I was like, "What you mean she had a good one?" "Oh, yo, listen, he makes a lot of money." I was like, "That's not. Why is it?" Okay. Anyway. Now, after they're done, and the next day, the guy tells the girl, "Hey, listen, I have to go back I have training tonight or tomorrow. So I have to take the train back to the city where I play. But I'd love to see you again. Sorry, I can stay with you a little more. Here's one of my credit cards." And he gives her a black card. And she's like, "Who do you think I am?" And the guy's like, listen, the guy was young. The girl was probably in 19. The guy was 21. And she's like, "Who do you think I am?" And the guy's like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, hey, listen, hey, no disrespect. It's just, buy yourself something. And the girl was like, "Hey, I don't need to buy myself nothing, whatever. The guy was like, listen, I don't have time to da da da. Listen, here's the card. If you don't want to buy nothing, it's okay. Use it to buy yourself a train ticket to go see me when you give me the card. It's a good reason for us to see each other. But if you want, buy yourself something. So she calls my friend and she's kind of shocked and feeling like, I wouldn't say dirty, but she's feeling like, who does he think I am? And me, I'm like, I understand why you vexed. But my friend tells her, all right, listen, come with me. Come meet us. So she comes, they meet, and my friend tell her, okay, when are your next 5 holidays? And she's like, what? Yeah, at work. When is the next 5 times that you don't have nothing to do? I don't know. So she does this. She's like, okay, wait. From what is your next holiday? From 1st of May. So she goes to this website. That's a French site called Go Voyage. So she goes to this website, right? She goes here and she's like, okay, when is your next holiday? From the 1st of June. So we're in Paris. And let's say Punta Cana. All right, Punta Cana. From the 1st of June until when are you going back to work? Okay, the 10th. All right, no problem. You want to go with a friend? Yeah, let's go together. Boom. Let's look at flights. They're finding the best offers. They're looking. Bladio blada. And me, I'm here asking myself, what am I seeing? And she's like, listen, 600 for 2 people. Wait, let's find the business class one. And she start booking a flight. And she said, give me the credit card. And she's like, yeah, but I said, listen, give me the credit card. Takes the credit card, book 2 flights for Punta Cana. And then she goes to hotels.com. And she types Punta Cana. I'm not gonna type, but she types, she finds the place. She's like, nice hotel. Let's see the rooms. Yeah. Oh la la, yes. Now we're talking. Okay, let's choose a room. 10 days. Let's take the bigger one. Let's take the suite. There you go. 2-bedroom, 3,000. Yeah, let's reserve this one. Give it a card. Poof. She takes this one, and then she's like, okay, after that, what is the next holiday? And the girl is like, I don't know, probably September or December. Oh, December, perfect. Let's go. It's gonna be cold. Let's go to Bangkok. And then she start reserving like 3 or 4 holidays for her, and then the girl is like, no, don't do that. Come on. We already spent 4,000. Are you crazy? And she's like, listen, he makes 200,000 per month. He doesn't care. She receives a text from the guy after booking the 2 things. So she receives a text and she's like, oh my God, he's gonna kill me. And the guy says, oh, I see that you've been using the card. Finally. Yeah, treat yourself. And she's like, what's going on here? So the other friend, who's apparently used to it, now tells her, what computer do you have? And that girl says, I don't know, I have an old MacBook Pro, but like a Mac, but she's like, let's go to Apple. Let's buy yourself a new iPhone. Boom, brand new iPhone. So back in the days, it was probably an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 6, so I don't remember. Brand new iPhone. Let's get you a brand new MacBook Pro, maybe an iMac. What you think? Let's spend $5,000 on Apple. Let's go to Louis Vuitton, buy a little bag. I think you should take this one. You need to be elegant. Let's go to Louboutin. Listen, in one day, that girl made her spend around 30,000. And after that, the guy sent her a message and said, I'd love to see you again. Please bring me my credit card back. You can go to the restaurant with it. You can do whatever you want, no problem. But hey, let's bring it back to me Saturday, because I would really love to see you and, maybe, become my girlfriend or something. I don't know. And she booked herself a first class ticket, took the train, went to whatever city the guy was in, and they start being a couple. And every time she would go back, she would now walk with the credit card of the guy. And her, who was really shocked in the beginning of the story, became used to the idea of having a credit card that never says no, that is black and doesn't even have a number. And after, I think, 6 months or a few times, I don't remember when, they broke up. And that girl never left that level of guys. She came from here. She discovered how it is here, and it was over. If you didn't give her a credit card so she can buy herself something, and you were not a Nigerian in oil or a football player or a politician, she was not interested in you and McDonald's. And I remember how vexed she was to have been proposed a credit card. And I remember how a few months after, she was not the same person. For her, it was normal now. It was normalized. And what shocked me, nothing shocked me, but what was interesting to me was the fact that even for the guy, that young guy who was in his 20s playing football, it was also normal to give his credit card to a girl he just met. And I was like, wait a minute. After a while, when I moved here, I have some friends, business people, business partners, football players. They come here and I see what they do. They find girls on Instagram today. And what they do is they're going to send them messages on Instagram. Hey, what up? Nothing special. And they know that the girls are going to check their Instagram. And in the Instagram, it's going to be photos with me, photos with special type of bottles, photos on boats, photos in hotels, etc., etc. And those girls, after seeing those profiles, they will reply, he's a football player. They're going to go and look them up. And they're going to be like, hey, nice meeting you. And then those people set up a meeting and they come to Lisbon if they play in Lisbon, London if they play in London, wherever they are, if whatever, or if they are business partner, maybe they go with them on a trip to some place on a private jet, and they don't even have a conversation where they know they're gonna give each other something, but then those people internalize already that they will give them a 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 just to do some shopping. It's shopping money. And now you can buy stuff or you can keep it for your rent. Again, there's a blur in the line between what is what. Is it prostitution? Is it mishtoning? I don't know. But it just became so blurred with the time. And I remember a friend of mine who had this Nigerian guy tell her, hey, I'd love to meet you. They never met, but the guy sent a private jet. And she was like, hey, who does he think I am? But then when the private jet landed, she was like, let's see who he thinks I am. And boom, she was all of a sudden in the other side of the world with a guy who came with a helicopter, bring her in a ranch, the horse, tell her, let's buy you a whole wardrobe and let's buy you 10 iPhones. And because once people have unlimited money, they kind of have these, they kind of see themselves as like gods in a certain way. See what I mean? It's like, it's easy when you can do something that somebody else cannot do to start seeing yourself as a god. It's something that I know a friend of mine who used to go to this I don't know how you say a house with prostitutes in there, and he liked that girl so much. White guy, he liked the girl so much, he decided to pay her all her studies and tell her, I don't want you to do this anymore. So I'm gonna buy you your studies for the next 3-4 years. I'm gonna buy you a store when you're gonna do your business and do a legit business instead of doing this, because I don't want you to do it anymore. And yeah, I want to change your life. And the girl, I think, was a Brazilian, probably, and so she was super happy. She was crying, oh my God, like, why are you doing this? It was like, no, listen, no, but I'm doing this to help my family. I said, don't worry. Here's a bank account with X amount in there, and I just bought you an apartment. And then I asked the guy, wow, like, did you fall in love with her, like, after staying a week with her? And he was like, no. And I was like, so why did you do it? She was nice, she was cool, I wanted to help. I have $1 billion in the bank. Probably cost me around, I don't know, 100,000 to change her life. It's nothing. I made that money back in 2-3 weeks. And I was like, damn, that's God complex. That's God complex. And when the God complex goes further and people have done everything already, yeah, that's when they start doing the crazy thing. And you start them thinking it's great to shit on people's mouth and to disrespect people and to put people on a lower level as if they are not even good humans as they are. And it's interesting how people are making a fuss out of it, because it is on that case, this is the African network of African girls going to Dubai for Arab guys. But we've a long time known about the reality stars in Paris going to Dubai doing the same thing, and they were saying the same thing back in the day. I'm talking about like 12 years ago, and they were saying, yeah, you shit on my belly. Yeah, you just take a shower. What? They pay $15K. I was like, what the hell? Oh, they wanted to shit on my face, but I said no. I was like, what's wrong with people? But the thing is this: we all have our moral compass, and we all were raised in, for me, and it's me, it's family, respect of myself, respect of others, money, interest. It comes third for me. So if to get money I have to disrespect a friend, I will not take the money. I will get, maybe, let's say if I disrespect you, I make 10,000, and if I don't disrespect you, I make 5,000. I prefer making 5,000. and maybe we make 5,000 both of us. I prefer this because that's the way I am. That's the way I was raised. But because I'm like this, I thought everybody was like this. And then when you get in the music industry, you realize some people, it's money first. They're not like me. I was never hungry. I was raised rich parents, good life in Congo, good life in France, good life in Portugal. Even when I feel poor, I'm not really poor. So I cannot judge other people in the choices that they make. And I learned to realize that some people, they will see the monetary interest before everything else. Listen, I've had people ask me, "Oh, I'm coming with that such and such. I need girls," and I'm like, "Girls? I'm not into these things." Give numbers to some people, and some people, that's what they do. They're gonna find some girls. It's not even like, it's not their job. They're just gonna find some girls that they know they like people with money, and they're gonna bring them, and that's it. These exist like, and yeah, it's special because when you are friends with those girls, it's normal people. It's normal people that respect themselves, and some of them, they love it. Some of them, like, people want to see everything from their point of view and their moral high ground. And yeah, there's a lot of problems in there. There's a lot of, we can go to the depth of every situation, but not every situation is the same. There's some people who enjoy that shit. Some people, like, scatophilia is something that, listen, years ago, like, I don't know how many years ago, probably 20 years ago, I'm in Germany. And I go I end up in a sex shop. Don't ask me how, because I don't remember. But I end up in a sex shop in Germany. So, well, I'm there. And the first thing that struck me in Germany, why is this thing not checking my face and taking my cap instead of my face? Yeah. The first thing that kind of I realized when I was in Germany was that there was a lot of, it was not like, when you go to in a sex shop, you're gonna have like porn, normal porn, I would say, like white people. Then you're gonna have ebony for black people. Then you're gonna have Asian porn. Then you're gonna have a barely adult, and then you're gonna have a interracial, and then you're gonna have all these categories, and then you're gonna have gay porn, lesbian porn, etc. And more or less us in France, it was the normal thing, right? But then Germany, the first thing I see is dominatrix, people dominating, like, and I was like, this is strange here. And then straight after, the next thing was poop, people getting shitted on, and people eating shit, and I was like, what the hell is going on in this country? Well, in some countries, it's a thing. It's a thing that people love to do, or people love to be done. It's really like, it's horrible. Like, and I'm not even talking about zoophilia. Like, some people, they into that shit. And the first time I was in Germany, I realized that, the cable, a lot of things that are starting midnight, the advertisement that we used to see was a lot of advertising for dominatrix stuff, like leather and fouet, like whip. I was like, what's going on in this country? And every people have their different culture and the things that make them vibe. And I'm not judging, as long as people know what they're up to and people are protected, I guess. A lot of people are saying that there's also some people that go thinking they're gonna do just some normal prostitution. They end up doing more. They end up being locked. I have a friend that is a model that got locked for 2 or 3 weeks in Gaddafi's residence, and they could not go anywhere and they went for a défilé, I guess, and they ended up being stuck there. And she told me the story that, they were scared, but nothing happened to them, but still they wanted to go back home. And in some countries where the rules don't apply, it happens. But then I also don't subscribe with the hypocrisy of everybody discovering something and going crazy about it because it happens in Dubai when they don't need to go to Dubai. You can stay in Congo and it happens across the street. In Ivory Coast, in Cameroon, like it happens everywhere. So what is the problem exactly? Like, of course, if there's crime and stuff, it's something different. People disappearing is different. But the whole portable potty thing, portapotty that everybody's going crazy about, and this is the new trend for the next 2 weeks. I'm like, it's horrible, but it's nothing new. Like, I remember that video called 2 Girls in a Cup. You don't remember all these things that we used to see back in the days? There's nothing new. People are crazy. People always been crazy. People try stuff when they reach a certain level. They want to try more stuff because they're bored with the normal level. That's why in my life, I only had sex with 7 girls because I was scared to want to try different things. Listen, people are crazy. And yeah, that's because of the. Sorry, I was not even watching your comments. Let me go. I'm gonna go down the. Yeah, because of the video going around, which is horrible. But you don't remember 2 Girls in a Cup? Listen, if I show 2 Girls in a Cup on my YouTube channel, the channel disappears forever in a second. Like, this is. Listen, I know a guy from Cape Verde who you never seen 2 Girls in a Cup? Yo, Urban Sweet Spot. Go to Google at the end of the video and type 2 Girls in a Cup, just the music. There are even some videos of people showing 2 Girls in a Cup to their grandmas or their parents to see their reactions. 2 Girls in a Cup. Listen, what you see in this video is nothing compared to 2 Girls in a Cup. Oh. Listen, 2 Girls in a Cup appeared on the MySpace days. That was crazy. Listen, you have to see it. Listen, if you see 2 Girls in a Cup, your sexuality stops for a month. Your libido is dead for a month. I know a guy who told me without a problem that back in Cape Verde, when they grew up and he was like 16, 17, they all lost their virginities with a goat. And the guy was happy to tell me this. He was like, I was like, nigga, what? Let me look at your comments, because listen, this world is not going to shit. It's just social media is showing you how this world has been the whole time. All the devils have been here the whole time. They're not up there or down there. They've been here with us. Listen, I've seen some crazy things. One day, do I tell another story or I look at your listen, wait, I'm going to tell you another story. Then we're going to listen to music Wednesday. But I'm going to tell you another story after I've seen your comments. Let me see. The more you eat, the more you want. That's true. Simps with money are making broke women hard to get. Well, listen, I've seen guys, and especially in these days where I forgot the story I wanted to tell. Especially in these days where you got a lot of geeks, like the people who are making a ton of money now are geeks who invested in crypto and etc. Or people who are football players. They just came from Africa, from an Arab country, from a poor country, and they go from having nothing to signing in a club and making 100K per month. Listen, money is something, it's a tool, and if you have not been used to it and you go from nothing to a lot, you go from nothing to what people make in 10 years every month, you can go crazy. And you have people that will jump on you, and you're gonna have access to girls that you never thought you could. And you can go crazy. I've seen people go crazy for 500 a month, 500 a show, sorry. I make 500 every show, and people tell me I'm beautiful. And I'm like, you're still ugly, guy. Bro, you're still ugly. Nah, I'm beautiful. Okay. And yeah, they date the models just because they're famous a little bit. They have this one song and it goes to their head. It makes their head explode. Now imagine those kids in Dubai who are sons of billionaires who build all these buildings, and yeah, they're born in a world where they can do whatever they want and they can treat anybody the way they want, and everybody is like they're not their slaves, but they're like the way I grew up. So it's something where, you know, me, I don't have a problem talking about the way I grew up, my upbringing. But you know, I grew up in Congo, in Kinshasa, and we always had, my whole life, I had 10 to 20 people working in the house. Joel, Amen, we grew up together. You know my house. You know how it was back then in my father's house, my huge house. And yeah, we had we usually had 2 or 3 cooks. For every kid, we had one maid that took care of us, plus the maid that took care of the house, plus the maid for this, my parents' maid, plus the garden people, the people who clean the house, the drivers, and I always was a little how do you say gêné? I was always it was always strange to me to see people talk to me as if I was more than them when I was 10 years old and they were already in their 30s. But they would call me patron, they would call me boss. Like my family driver, for example, that my mother offered him some 2 hectares of land actually in the plantation that we have. But even today, he's 60 something or 50 something, and I've known him since I was 7 or 10, I don't remember. And when he calls me boss, it's strange for me. And when I'm hearing, it's strange for me. I'm like, hey, you know me since I'm a kid. I should be respecting you. But just like in India, in my country, it's the same. There's like a caste of us, from the kids of government people, the kids of the rich, and then you have the people who serve us, and then you have the religious people, and then you and then you have the ethnic thing. Like, it exists. You don't need to go to India. It's there in Africa. And I always felt awkward to be called boss by people who known me since I was a baby. But yeah, I'm the son of the boss, and I guess I'm the boss. But it's strange to me. But the other people I grew up with, they didn't care. They treated them like, yeah, you are our service. And they would yell at them all the time. And it's something I always hated. That's me and my personality. Other people didn't realize they were treating other humans bad. But for them, it was normal. And some of them, they still are this way. Some of them, they don't have money anymore. And when we talk about it, they realize, oh, I never saw it that way, because we didn't know nothing else. Our parents were rich, and our parents were first generation rich from politics. And so we grew up in the opulence of the Mobutu regime. And we were kids, we don't know no better. And depending on your personality, you will think normal to treat people a certain way. And because you can have everything you want, you're going to think that everything is yours. Some people that I grew up were like this. I was never like this, because I had parents that taught me right or wrong, and taught me, listen, anybody who's older than you, you have to respect them and you have to talk to them a certain way. But I had other people, nobody taught them that lesson, right? So today, when I talk to Congolese artists, it's very strange to me, because I can feel that they know that I'm not like them. Because a lot of the Congolese artists, they come from the streets and they sing for the people like me. But because I'm an artist as well, when I'm with them, I put myself in their level, and I never make them feel like I'm better, but they still know who I am. So they don't treat me as Kaysha, a fellow artist. They treat me as, and some of them, they might even be richer than me, but they still treat me as, we know who's your father, and we know that if anybody in this club touches you, that person is dead. Because we know we know Congolese CIA is watching you, and there's armed people ready to kill us. That's how they see it in there. And listen, when I'm with some people, I do everything for people to not even feel strange. I don't walk with bodyguards. I don't listen, maybe I think I don't walk with them and they're somewhere following me, but when I'm in Kinshasa, I just walk normal. I'll have my driver and that's it. But everybody know who I am, and I can feel it when I talk to Congolese artists. It's not, oh my God, Kaysha the legend. Yeah, there's a little bit of that, or there's 50% of that, but there's this, he's also the son of. And you can feel it in Africa. If you come from Africa, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in America, you have no clue what I'm talking about. But if you come from Africa, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it always made me feel awkward. And when I'm with, for example, Damu, who's here, he's the Congolese artist that I work with, but he's always been in Miami. So when we met, it was normal. It was like, hey, you my big brother and you Kaysha. That's it. But if I meet the same guy from Congo, in Congo, they have directly this reverence that makes you feel that you are not from the same caste. You are not like the same level of people. It's horrible, but it's there. And listen, imagine now in other countries where the rich have millions and millions and millions and millions more, and have been raised thinking that, you can do whatever you want. And listen, you can fuck whoever you want. And the parents, nobody's telling them there's a limit. And it's the same in America. You have some of these people too. And in France as well. And listen, some people I have to be careful about what I say, but some people who have been presidents, I know what they do. And that's all I'm going to say. So it's not something like, power is a corruptive force that who yields power. Listen, if you just a physiognomist at a club or security at a club and you have the rights to make somebody go in a club, all of a sudden you have power and you are automatically corrupted a little bit, because you know that you are the gates now. And some people, they start using this to their advantage. Get a little money on the side, or get the dick sucked real quick, or whatever. They start, and I've seen this with when I had my label, and I could change the life of people as a musician. I could take somebody, and because they would sign to me directly, everything would change. They would have a nice music video, they would have my name behind, and people would call to be the first to book you in a show, and all of a sudden you made 1,000 every week, 2,000 every week, all of a sudden, soon as the album was out. And so the people who knew that, a lot of women were ready for anything to be signed to me. But because I come from way more than that, I've learned to recognize how people interact with me and are ready for anything. And I've always said to myself, I don't like this karma. But I know a lot of people, all this power make them crazy. So they start doing things. They start going with girls, one girl, two girl, one girl every show, one girl every night. Then they start trying. It becomes boring. So threesomes, foursomes, orgies, etc. And like, I've been in those orgies, even if it's not my thing. So I just sit down somewhere and I watch. But then it's orgies. And then after 100 orgies is not fun anymore. So hey, they start pissing on people because it's fun. And some people like it to be pissed on. And then they try orgies when their friends put a finger in there. Oh, shit. Now they don't even know if they are straight anymore. And said, I just remember the story. If I forget the story I wanted to talk about, say backroom in the chat. Let me see what you guys were saying. Oh my God, this show. I have to stop this show. I'm saying too many. The world is becoming something else. Now, the world has always been something else. It does take a toll. In this era, as long as you have money, nobody cares about your lack of morals and principles. I'm telling you, brother. You know all about it. Now, listen, if I show two girls in a cup, this YouTube channel explodes. I think even just the fact that I'm talking about it. Let's go see if my show is already unmonetized. Let me see. Let me see if my show is already on. See, already limited. The algorithms have already decided. Let me already tell them. Stop and monetize. Request a review. What did I say? Oh my God. YouTube knows. The algorithms don't like my channel. Oh my God. And we were kids. Imagine the things we saw, and I imagine the kids of today, the things they see. Because internet was too slow back then. Today, you can see people live on webcam doing everything you want. It's horrible. Social media is exposing the dark side. Yes. And it appears new to many, and it's not. Social media has been a recycling tool for the last 10 years. That's facts. Boss was the nickname. An older person calling a young rich boy big bro is a wild example of complex of inferiority. Or it's normal for them, which is horrible. But you see what I mean? It's special. Like when you've been in there and it's been your whole life, in a way it's normal. But for me, it's always been strange because I moved to France at seven, and in France it was not normal. So when I was in Congo, it felt not normal, but it was normal to everybody else in our circles. You see what I mean? Because we were that level of society. So yeah, it's strange. Life teaches us a lot if you pay attention. That is true. They yell at them, they cook their food, drive their car, and their children, basically their life in their hands. Indeed. As far as the artist, I think you use that in your advantage. And son, all of them. I don't. I try to treat everybody the same way because I'm an artist as well. I try, Hi Kaysha, you're exactly right. That exists a long time already, but it's really horrible because we got kids and social media take too much space on everyday life. So I'm scared. I need to pray. Yeah, listen. What we need to do is teach our children because it's gonna be there. So at a point they're gonna have a phone, and what you have to do, I'm a child of a politician, so I can relate to that. Even people not dating you because they are afraid. Oh, hey, so we're the same, yeah. So you're the son, you're the daughter of a politician in Mozambique, yeah. Listen, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this thing where, I remember people didn't want me to sing because I was not coming from the ghetto, and I was like, it's art. Like, I'm trying to be my person. No, you're the son of whatever. Go back to your district. Paris. Go back to Paris in the nice suburbs. And I was like, what? Hey, Damu Manero, thank you so much, everybody. Go check Damu Manero on Spotify. The best Congolese Lingala rapper. He's amazing. And we had him on the show. Like, you should come back to the show, bro. It's been a while. I just sit down somewhere and I watch. That's one of a hell of a great self-control. I'm telling you. Nah, I wouldn't. Thank you so much. Listen. There was a club back in Paris called Le Palace. And I think David Guetta was the director at that time. And so we used to go there. It was really the place. Before he and his wife became the directors of Les Bandouches. This is where they would throw their parties. And that was the place, like when Paris was Paris. This was the place, Le Palace. And great place. And one day, so I'm with some girls, some models. So at that time I was only walking with models. So I'm with some model girls, and they're like, oh, girls, like some gay guy comes up like, oh, girls, like, why are you staying here with the normal people? Why are you staying with the peasants? Come with us at the Kit Kat. And me, I'm like, the Kit Kat? I was like, oh, come on, we just arrived to the club. Like, let's not go to another club. We have to go get our coats. And the guy's like, nah, the Kit Kat. You don't know the Kit Kat? What kind of, who are you? And listen, it's 96. So the guy's like, come with us. So the club was like, it was a big club. Like, it was like what's the palace? Yeah, in Opera. So it was like a big opera house, the club. Round, big, huge. And at the end of the dance floor, like down at the end of the club, there was like some corridors. We were part of the club, and like nobody would think, but there was a secret door. There was a secret door. And the guy is like, oh, come with us. Poof. And there was always two big securities not far from there actually guarding that door. And the guy says, they're with me. So two security guys leave, and all of a sudden there's like a door that, like you in a place and you never seen, you've been in this place 100 times, but you've never seen that door. Exactly the same thing. Boom. The guy opened the thing and there's another club in there called the Kit Kat. And it was a place where all the nice girls and the people that from the modeling world, that's where everybody was. And it was a smaller club. It was like space for, I don't know, 80 people. It had a different music. It had nothing to do with the club. And like, if you didn't know it existed, you would never know. And now I'm there. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, the nicest girls were in there. So I'm here, like, nice people, that rich people, that different level of French politicians, like, there. So, me, I'm dressed hip hop, and I'm like, I was not dressed hip hop going there. I think I was wearing like some sheepy white boots and tight jeans, but I was like Gautier glasses, gomina, relaxed hair. I cut my dreadlocks already, so I had relaxed hair, etc. Like, and we in this club in the Kit Kat, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Oh my God! Now when I go to Palace, I want to be in the Kit Kat. All right. So at the end of the night, at a point, my model's friend and we leave the place. The guy gives us some card that says, "Oh, and you remember now, like anything, you just call us, and the people will let you in." And the guy of security was like, "Oh, don't worry, I know you. You're a rapper. Don't worry. Whenever you come, no problem. You just talk to me. I'll let you in." Perfect. To me, I was like, oh, I reached the next level. So one Sunday, there's a hip hop party at Palace. So we had the hip hop party and we're here chilling. And I'm like, yeah, the girls are nice here, but let me go to the Kit Kat. So I go to the Kit Kat. I arrive in front of the door. Oh yeah, me relaxed hair. Wait a minute. Let me show you. Let me show you exactly how I look at that time. Hold that thought of the story. That was me at that time. I think I'm 15 here, but I was looking like a Pasadenas. Boom. That was after the dreadlocks. But yeah, I had relaxed hair, Teddy Riley, Gautier glasses, yeah, starters, thinking I was an American when I was just a young Congolese kid. So that was me at that time. So yeah, and before that it was dreadlocks, but I probably don't have the photos, but yeah, this is not the subject. So listen. If somebody laughs about my hair, what now? You don't like my relaxed hair? That's why I don't have hair anymore. Too much chemicals. So listen, at a point, I hate you guys. So at a point, I go, yeah. Maybe before. It was the times of Black Micmac, the movie. I'm probably 15 or 16 in that photo. That's when Disney World opened in France. Now listen. Actually, we met Michael Jackson that day. That was the first time I met Michael Jackson. Why are you guys laughing at my hair? So listen. I said to myself, the girls are nice, but I know where the nice girls are. I have to go to the Kit Kat. So I go down the club. Ba 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 ba. I arrive in no, the picture is in Paris, Disneyland Paris. I arrive at the club, the Kit Kat. I see the security guy, and I look at him. I'm like, "Hey, do you recognize him?" He's like, "Yeah, Kaysha." And I'm like, "Yo, can I go in?" He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." Like, and he's like, "Okay." And he opens the door. And when I got in the club, the music was boom, 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 boom. And it was dark. Everything was dark. The only thing that was in the fluorescent thing was a big pack of condoms. And me, I thought it was just the part of the decor. And it was dark in the club. Like dark, 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 dark. And all you hear was boom, 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 boom. And but listen, it was dark in a way like this way. Like, so you could not see nothing. And all you could do was, the first thing I touched felt like flesh, felt like skin. And listen, on Sundays, it was back room. Do you know what a back room is? Back room is when only gay people can go in the club, and everything is dark and everybody's naked. And that was Sundays at the Kit Kat. And that was the guy. That's why the guy in the security was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, you one of them?" I yo, listen, when I realized where I was, how I realized was because as I was touching things, I was like, "Wait a minute." It feels like there's a lot of dicks around me. At a point, I was like, I think I met the guy, the gay guy. He was like, what are you doing?" He was like, "What you mean what I'm doing?" He was like, "Today is back room." I was like, "What is back room?" I was like, "Oh, gay orgy." I went back to the listen, the ground was very sticky. That's all I can tell you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, the Kit Kat. Let me see if I can see images. No, it was not a club échangiste. It was a club échangiste only for gay dudes. So imagine. But on Sunday, the rest of the time it was, oh, listen, man, that was amazing. Paris. That's how you learn life. I probably touched a dick or two when I was trying to find where I was. Where is this? Oh my God. Oh. Wait, let me see. Paris Kit Kat Club. Let me see if I can find something about it. Oh, look at this. First thing I find, look. Kit Kat Club, gay dance club. That's the one. That's the one. Bro was wondering what poked him on the leg. Telling you, that's the Kit Kat. That was the Kit Kat. But what a club. Wait, is it this? Kit Kat. No, wait. Travel gay. Oh my God. Wait. Kit Kat Club. They had a Facebook page? Let me see. What is this? Bienvenue à Club le fucking Blue Boy. Oh my god. Wait, is this the club? Terne. Monceau. No, that's not there. Is it Opera? No, that's not the one. Maybe that's a new one. I'm trying to find the old Kit Kat Club. There is no more club. Okay, I guess it closed, but it was inside of. Wait, it was inside of. Wait, Le Palace. Paris Kit Kat Club, Le Palace. Wait. Yeah, that was the entrance. That was Le Palace. So it was a real theater that turned into a club. And inside of the club, look, Gainsbourg in front of him. So in front of it, wait, so that was a club. Wait, let me see if I can find. Is it the Palace? Oh, that's the Moulin Rouge. There was something. Okay, let me see if this one. No. The Kit Kat Club. Oh, this seems like. I guess there's a lot of Kit Kat Club. Let me see. Wait. Le Palace, Paris. Oops. Palace, there it was. Wait. The Palace. That was the entrance, I remember. And the club was. Wait. I think it was that. I'm not sure. That's so long ago. Yeah, this is the club. Oh. Well, anyway, that's a long time ago. And at the end of the club, there was this little door, and there was this club, this small club. Very famous, like everybody knew it because, and actually somebody told me actually it was a gay club, but they accepted women on certain days, and that's why because you know all the models, they wanted to be with gay guys where they would be left alone, and all the politicians and people, famous people, would go there to stay away from the crowd. So he was like a VIP, but on Sundays, it was something else. I'm telling you, the Kit Kat was. Oh, listen. Yeah, I don't want to know what I touched, but I touched things. I'm telling you, maybe I would be a different person today if I stayed in that club. Maybe I would have discovered things and then be enlightened. Wait, there was a comment from, who was it? Jeffrey. Hi, Kaysha, you're exactly right. That exists for a long time already. No, that's not what that was. That wasn't the comment. There was something about Gabon. Oh, there it is. Sure, Kaysha, I'm from Gabon. It's exactly the same. In Africa, things are some type of way. You got such a people and others. Things are just like that, and people don't want to change it. Yep, indeed. But yeah, listen. So it's interesting in the narrative of today because most people are seeing everything from the prism of not only where they come from, which is normal, but also what is their comeback. And a lot of people are in ideological and different groups of pressure, and a lot of people are shocked at things. And I mean, listen, it could be a good thing. Yeah, listen, it's since the beginning of time, like people have been trying to change the way like men are to other men. That thing where some people are on top of others and abusing that position, and some are in another place and are trying to do the best of where they are to arrive to that position. And I call it the matrix. There was a very, if you speak French, I encourage you to go to Dalia MTV's channel, where she had a whole conversation about the portapotty situation, when some people had a religious view on the thing, some people had a moral view of the thing, some people had a racial view of the things. I believe that the whole life is a melting pot of all these things. You cannot come and say that every woman that goes there is disrespected because she's from one ethnic, but you can also say that it exists. There's probably a lot of them that are there, and it just depends. It's like, it depends how you come there, where you come from. Some people are professional, some people enjoy those practice. Listen, I had a friend of mine, she met a guy. The guy told her, listen, so she was tired of being with black guys because he didn't work for some reason. I don't know. Like, she was telling me that, listen, I'm done with you guys. I'm like, why? And she decided to be with a French white guy. And he was like, oh, he's sweet, he treats me right, da 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 da. I was like, hey, listen, you do what works for you. If you're happy, and if he works, like, go ahead, And then she calls me a month after, because the guy asked her, he said, I want to eat your shit. And she was like, what? And he was like, no, please, whenever you want to go to the toilet, please let me sit on my face and shit on me. And that's how she returned to black people. I have to call her one day so she tell the story herself, because that was crazy. But what you gonna do? Like, some people are strange, because trust me, I saw that video. Actually, my mom called me, and so I was like, send me the video. I was like, Mom, are you sure? Yeah, send me the videos. So I don't see what is the pleasure. But that, again, this is me. I don't see what is the pleasure of either being cheated on or shitting on somebody's face. I don't see what is the pleasure. I don't see where it would make me feel anything. Like, I'd rather, if I want to feel superior to somebody, I'd rather go to in a private jet knowing that you can't. You see what I mean? If I have a ton of money, I'd rather be like, oh, baby, take my wife and my kid and maybe her brothers and sisters and their boyfriends and girlfriends and their kids, and tell everybody we're going to Bangkok on my private jet. And we have like this jet. It's gonna cost me, I don't know, 80,000 to bring everybody, and then we go to the best villa ever in Thailand for 10 days, and then we come back with a private jet. And then I post this on Instagram. To me, this makes me feel better than you. I mean, personally, nothing makes me feel better than other people. I was not raised like this. But if I wanted to show people, hey, I do things that you can't do, doing this is enough for me. But shitting on somebody's face makes no sense for me. No sense for me. I don't even understand what. But again, I heard that in Germany. Listen, German people, I'm sorry. Like, it's not about you. It's just because I was reading something one day. Like in France, okay, let me say it like this. In France, Germany, a lot of Nordic countries, a lot of people enjoy, especially people who are very powerful in position of power, they enjoy dominatrix. They enjoy especially people who run those huge companies with millions of people, like millions of salaries, and like big groups. They make like 1 million every week. Like those type of people, a lot of them, to relieve from the pressure of being in the control of so much and so many people and the destiny of such big groups, to relieve their stress, they love to go be dominated by women that will kick their balls, that will slap them, that will like hurt them. And I've seen videos of that too. Actually, I have them. And it makes no sense to me, but it exists. These people are here with us. You might be sitting with them sometimes in the plane, and you don't know. And something interesting about the Dubai situation, and I will finish with that, is that I really feel that a lot of people are using this to express their jealousy. You know, a lot of people are using this whole situation to shed a bad light on every person that goes to Dubai by themselves, or with their own money, or as an influencer, or who's been invited by legit people, friends, or went with their own money, or a company invite them. Not everybody that goes to Dubai is doing something crazy. Listen, people go to Kinshasa from Brussels and they go do the same shit, and they go back with their money too. Or they just go from I don't know, from Masina to Gombe in Kinshasa, or from whatever region of Gabon to Libreville, or anywhere. Didn't you see those videos that were circulating on the net about those clubs in Cameroon? Like, listen, I had one friend. We were in a club. I think it was in Brazzaville. We were in a club, and the show, talked to a girl, blah blah blah. Took her to the hotel. Blah. Okay, cool. The next day we all take breakfast. Then she take her. We send a car to take her home. My friend also send hers home. And then he's like, "Yo, so how was your night?" I was like, "My night was normal. It was cool. We watched a movie. What? Yeah, watch a movie and whatever, And then he's like, "Did you pee on her?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, did you pee on her?" And I was like, "Why would I pee on her?" And he's like, "Because you have to put your power. You have to put your power. It's important." I was like, "Nigga, the fuck you talking about?" He's like, "No, man, you have to pee on her so that all the artists that come after you, you will take their power when they go in the same vagina." I was like, "Yo, chill." I don't pee on people, and I assume that you do. And now I'm looking at you strange. He was like, "Okay, you don't know nothing about life. You a white guy." I was like, and I intend to stay. Listen, strange things happen in this world, and you don't need to go to Dubai. You can just be, sometimes it's just next door. Trust me. Sometimes you're just there. Like, you don't know what your neighbor does. You don't know what your neighbor does. That cute girl that you see at the elevator, or maybe that cute guy that you see at the elevator, maybe he asked his girl, oh, please, use me as a toilet. Oh. Leave Nightbot alone. Oh my God. He's getting annoying everything topic now. There's someone talking about Dubai. Yeah, because it's the thing of the moment. Listen, 2 weeks ago it was Will Smith. Right now it's Amber Heard and thing in Dubai. It's gonna be something else soon. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. What we're gonna do, we're not gonna change the world. All we can do is bring our part of progress and try to steer it in a direction that is that works, that is, you know. I hope you enjoyed that show. If you did, put me some unicorns in the chat, super chat if you will. And this show was brought to you by Shada, the gods of good fortune. Next week we will listen, Wednesday we will listen to my remix singles, My Wife, and the week after, or maybe listen, maybe I'm gonna keep everything for Sunday. So maybe Sunday we will listen to My Wife remixes, the 7 of them, and then my First Love remixes, so we can just listen to everything as a whole listening session, because I realize that when we start talking about subjects, it's over. So we're gonna do that, so that next Wednesday I'm gonna try to maybe have a guest. I spoke with Jean-Michel Rotin. For those who speak French, we might have him come and spend the night with us, and I'm gonna see what we talk about. So listen, it was great to have a conversation about those things. Blood Sister, African movie on Netflix. You need to watch, everyone. I'll check it out. I'm late on series. I've been only watching YouTube. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm gonna leave you with, as we are still on the Monsieur de Shada thing, I'm gonna leave you with a track from Monsieur Shada that is called, what can I play? I'm gonna play you something that I did back in 2015. Where is it? I'm gonna play you a song called let me go check in the album Ibiza and Lonely Girls. I got this track called it's a track called let me see, I have a track that I'm thinking about, but I forgot the name. I think I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play you the track called Punks. I love this track. Listen. I love this track. See you Wednesday, and bon appetit if you eat soon after all these Porta stories. And listen, people will do what they do for what they do to leave their matrix. Think about that, and don't judge people, because you don't know what they are. You don't know what they are. What is their present? What is their universe, and what they are doing, whatever they do for. Some people, they just want to live the great life, and they want to take a shortcut. And some others, they might be saving a whole village with what they do. So maybe they don't care. Maybe they already do it at home, so they don't care. And as me, I've known so many people from all walks of life that I, yeah, I don't judge people. You do you. I know I don't do none of all the things you do, but you do you. As long as you brush your teeth before kissing me on the cheek, of course. Let me. Punks by Monsieur de Shada. Big up. See you Wednesday.